Hello and welcome from Provo, Utah in the BYU Broadcasting Building. We're in Studio B for the second annual BYU Basketball Media Day. My name is Jarom Jordan. We have an exciting day on tap for you. 15 web chats with all the players, one-on-one here in Studio B, featuring your questions. If you'd like to submit a question for a player, use Twitter or Facebook. Twitter, use hashtag BYUtv Sports. Facebook.com/BYUtv Sports is the way to go to submit on Facebook. Here's the schedule of the day. It starts at 8:45 a.m. Mountain Time, all these Mountain Time, with Josh Sharp, followed by returning leading scorer Brandon Davies. Bill Hoops, Athletic Marketing Director, will tell us what's up with renovation in the Marriott Center, the sheet drop, season tickets, all that good stuff. Stephen Rogers at 9:40, Anson Winder at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Then we continue with Cooper Ainge, son of Danny, second son to come to BYU, 10:20, we'll chat with him. 10:40, Ian Harward, redshirt forward. Brock Zylstra at 11 a.m. Kyle Rose, nephew of Dave Rose, a walk-on at 11:20. Matt Carlino, starting point guard at 11:35. 11:55, JC transfer Raul Delgado. 12:10, Nate Austin and Augustine Ambrosino will be in at 12:25, the Argentine transfer from Salt Lake Community College. Tyler Hawes, big name, coming back at 12:40. Followed by 1 p.m. Mountain Time, Craig Cusick, walk-on point guard who did really well last year. Corey Calvert, 5A MVP, freshman from Colorado, followed by Dave Rose at 1:35 with a press conference, and then after that, some player breakout interviews. Robbie Bullough will be there to bring that to you. Let's set the stage by recapping what happened last year in BYU's first year after Jimmer and first year in the West Coast Conference. The Cougars finished with a 26-9 record, 12-4 in the West Coast Conference. Good enough for third place in that. BYU went to the NCAA tournament for the 6th straight year, won 25 games for the 6th straight year as well. 7th straight year with at least 20 wins. That's tied for 4th longest in the country. BYU made it to the NCAA tournament, played in the first 4 in Dayton, Ohio. You may remember the record-setting 25-point comeback by the BYU Cougars over Iona to finish the season after that with a loss to Marquette in the second round. BYU graduated Noah Hartsock and Charles Abuo. And national rankings, BYU finished 6th in assists, 13th in scoring offense, that is points per game, at nearly 78 a game. And then steals per game, 16th in the country at 8.5. As Brock Zylstra goes in for the finish. Let's take a look at the schedule for the 2012-13 BYU Cougars, an exciting one that features some repeat opponents. BYU will travel to Baylor. They'll have a couple of games in Energy Solutions Arena as well. Host Utah and Utah State, and here's a look. It all starts on October 26th. This is the regular season schedule. Southeast Oklahoma State. Dennis Rodman went there. That's what they're known for. Finley. Those are the 2 exhibitions. It starts with Tennessee State on November 9th in Provo, followed by Georgia State. Those are the first 2 games of the Coaches versus Cancer Classic. Then BYU travels to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York to hang out with Jay-Z as they play Florida State and then take on the winner of Notre Dame and St. Joseph's. They follow that up by a game with Texas San Antonio. Then the BYU Cougars continue with Cal State Northridge on November 24th, a game with Montana in Energy Solutions Arena, a Big 12 game at Iowa State, and then host Utah State, Utah, and at Weber State. They stay inside Utah for a little while there. Eastern New Mexico is on December 18th, at Baylor on the 21st of December. And then after Christmas, Northern Arizona comes to Provo. Then another neutral site game at Energy Solutions Arena in Salt Lake City versus Virginia Tech, who the Cougars defeated last year in dramatic fashion. Loyola Marymount starts conference play on January 3rd at San Francisco. Pepperdine at Santa Clara, a little alternate home away there for a little while. Then West Coast Conference play continues. Big one at home with St. Mary's on the 16th, followed by San Diego, and then 3 road games, the longest road trip of the season for BYU. At Gonzaga, at Portland, at Pepperdine. Santa Clara is after that, at San Diego, San Francisco at home, followed by Portland, and then 2 of the last 3 extremely tough. At St. Mary's, hosting Gonzaga, and then at Loyola Marymount March 2nd. The WCC tournament is in Las Vegas, March 6th through the 11th. Well, coming up at 8:45, we'll have Josh Sharp in studio for the first of our 15 web chat interviews. So first, let's give you a 5-minute recap of one of the big games for BYU, the home victory against Gonzaga. excuse me, well, let's see. San Francisco, Matt Carlino's season high 30 points, 22 points in the first half. Here's a 5-minute recap of that.
Mark Neely along with Miles Simon. Glad you could join us on the hilltop from the University of San Francisco. And we are set to go. Ball in the air. And it's BYU in the blue uniforms that has the first possession.
When you watch BYU this year, a little bit of a different team, really guard-oriented last year with Jimmer Fredette and Jackson Emery. This year, a real emphasis on getting the ball inside to Hartsock and Davies. As you see on the first possession, both those guys get a touch. 2 points for the Cougars.
Okay. Here's a three from Carlino. Matt Carlino.
Well, he saw the double team was coming from the middle. He goes away from it and scores.
The feed from Davies to Hartsock. Carlino from 16. He's hit his first 2 field goals. Right side goes down. BYU has hit 5 of their first 6, make it 6 of their first 7 from the field. A much different pace in this game than the first meeting between these schools, which was won by BYU and Provo. Abuo. He told us you should see the pictures. Come on. Carlino flips it up, and that goes. And picking up the steal. An outlet for Abuo, who goes behind the back. Around and out from Nate Austin, but he has the putback. Credit, BYU comes out, hits 8 of their first 9 shots, and it's a 1-point game. Hartsock changes that and makes it a 4-point game. Green slashing. Rebound Carlino. He comes out with numbers. 4 on 3. A 3 from Abuo.
Let's see if they can go back inside. I'd like to see Hartsock to get a touch.
Austin from the right baseline. Abuo lines up a 3. Jay Way. Stripped of it. Carlino. Nice dish. For San Francisco, and the Dons score on their first possession. San Francisco's never led in this game. They were down by as many as 11. Here's Davies. His first bucket of the game.
Did a good job of keeping them off the block.
1 and done, rebounded by Anson Winder. He sprints down the middle of the floor with Williams on his hip. Carlino for a new career high on the fadeaway in the right corner. 14 for Blackwell. Now he's banging bodies with Davies again. Davies scores. Carlino behind the back. The spin, the fadeaway. Wow, what a night for the freshman, Matt Carlino.
Bring it out. Don't need a quick shot. Get your set.
Carlino shooting and scoring. BYU back up by 5 with possession. Trying to make it 8. And does.
Less than 10 seconds has run off the shot clock in the last 3 possessions. And now they pay for it on this end.
Calario makes it a 1-point game. Cusick has Davies down the floor, but here's Abuo who does score this time. Calario kisses it in, back to a 1-point game. Davies on Blackwell, shoots over him, around and out. They have only 1 timeout remaining, the Dons. A jumper from 15, hit by Green, and San Francisco leads for the first time in this game. A miss and a Davies rebound. Now BYU. Let's see how they attack with 22 seconds left. Carlino flips up and scores! Ten seconds. Green shoots well off the right side, but a long rebound. Doolin. Calario a 3. Loose ball. 1 second. Time expires, and BYU wins it by 1. What a basketball game in San Francisco tonight. Down to the final horn, and BYU wins it by 1.
But an excellent battle in the WCC tonight.
A dramatic victory for BYU, a great team effort there. BYU executing down the stretch and getting the win. Coming up, Josh Sharp, the first of our 15 web chats featuring your questions using hashtag BYUtv Sports on Twitter and on Facebook.com/BYUtv Sports. We'll follow that up with Brandon Davies and Bill Hoops. That's all coming up on BYU Basketball Media Day on BYUtvSports.com.